Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Trevor with Maker Experiment, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you a story. This story is all about how I obtained a lot of my woodpecker's tools. It started out by me making a sign that was of the woodpecker's tools logo just for fun for a YouTube project. I went ahead, took a picture of that sign, sent it to the contact over at Woodpecker's Tools, and said, hey, I just made this for a YouTube video. Would you like to have it? The response I received was, yes, we'd love that. Is there anything you need from us? And I decided to say, hey, why not ask for a few tools? When I made that sign, I used one piece of 2 foot by 3 foot acrylic for red and one for white. And I was actually able to fit 3 signs onto that one sheet of each of those materials of about 3 different sizes. So I made all 3 signs because it didn't cost me any more material, and it only cost me maybe another 20 or 30 minutes in time. And later on, I did another YouTube project where I actually made a replica of the 1281 square, which I will link in the cards above. Go check that one out. It was a really fun project as well. And I did send that one to them just for fun. I let them know that I was sending them out. They did ask me if I needed anything in return. So I proposed trading some tools for the projects that I made, and they agreed. I will say that when I gave them the list of tools, I pretty much sent them like my dream list at the time of all the tools that I would want to work with and have in the shop. The one thing I didn't expect to happen is for all of them to show up. Out of all of the woodpecker's tools on this wall, I have bought one. This one, which was about $25. The rest of these were part of the trade. And then this one, I made myself because why not? It was fun. Let me show you a close-up of the tools that I have. So over there on the wall, I have the TS24. I have the 5 set of rulers in inches. I have the TS-8, TS-6, and there's the -3 down there. And I have the delve square. I have my replica 1281 that I made myself. The real 1281, this is the one that I got in exchange for making the replica that I sent to them. The TS-3 and the TS-12. There's also one more tool that I'm going to show you here in a second. And that tool is the one I never thought I'd get. Now, the reason I'm telling this story is because I've seen a lot of comments on posts I made in the past or gotten messages about it saying, oh man, you're so lucky you to afford all the woodpecker's tools, or how on earth do you afford the woodpecker's tools? And I didn't buy them. That's the truth of it. I traded for them. I found an alternate way to try to get what I needed for the shop. And it just so happened that it worked out. I also forgot to mention that I have 3 of these clamp-it racks. And now the part that you've been waiting for, the final one. This is my router table. This is the PRP-2. And the cool thing about this one is it has the super fence. It also has the micro adjust on the back. And it also has 2 of the flip stops. I did buy the router myself, but the table, the setup, the fence and everything, this was all part of the deal. At the end of the deal, between the MDF and the acrylic that I bought and, adhesives and stuff like that, I think I spent around maybe $75 in materials. And actually probably less because I bought a lot of my acrylic in bulk and bought them for multiple projects at the same time. So my per sheet cost was lower, and I actually probably only spent maybe $50 in material because the MDF is stuff that I had from a long time ago that somebody gave me for free. However, I spent a lot of hours, which is where it added up. Now, if you only consider material cost, this was a really good deal. I also did this at the beginning of when they got into social media. They were looking for some of their influencers, and I didn't really meet the influencer criteria. I didn't have 100,000 followers. I didn't have a gigantic YouTube channel. So I just tried to think of a way that I could work with them that didn't require me having a lot of that build up and a lot of that channel. And that's where the trade game came into play. If I were to go out and buy all of these tools today, it would cost me $3,024.87 before taxes or shipping or anything else. So I turned about $50 in materials into about $3,000. Granted, I also spent like 80 hours. So it's not necessarily worth my time, but at the time that I did this, it was actually for YouTube projects and I needed something to do for content. So it worked out because it helped me grow my YouTube channel and grow my Instagram by doing those items. Now, would I do it today? Probably. Would they do it today? Probably not. Now, when you're first getting started and you're a smaller channel, trading for things that you need is a great way to do it because companies usually have some kind of marketing budget that they're allowed to spend on giving away tools or product or whatever it might be because it costs them less than just giving you outright sponsorship cash. Now, not all companies are going to be willing to do this, and you kind of have to be strategic in who you want to work with. But that's something to keep in mind is if you give them an ROI on their investment, on what they're giving you, that's more tangible to them. So in my case, providing them with signage for their office was a tangible return on their investment of giving me tools. Now, I feel like I got a really good deal versus where I probably would today. And I'm really grateful for the timing that I did it at. But I want to know, would you have done this trade? Answer honestly. Fun fact, this is not the only trade deal that I have done. I've actually done it with other companies for other things. And I want to know in the comments below, would you like more story times after this one, talking about the different companies that I've done things with, what I did in order to get what I happened to acquire? Would that be of interest to you? Leave it in the comments below. But that is my story of how I turned about 50 bucks in materials and a lot of time into $3,000 worth of the woodpecker's tools. Hopefully this video has been enjoyable to watch. It's a little bit different than most of my videos. So if you liked it, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so that you know when I come out with new videos. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at MakerExperiment where I share this stuff along the way. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one.